Namaskar, good evening. You are watching Rajya Sabha television. I'm Smriti Rastogi with News Tonight. Let's begin the bulletin with the top headlines. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu expresses a displeasure over disruptions in Rajya Sabha, tells members it's inappropriate to disrupt House on a day they paid homage to martyrs who sacrificed their lives to defend Parliament. House adjourned for the entire day over the protest on Kaveri water sharing issue. Nation salutes valor of Parliament attack martyrs. Vice President, Prime Minister, Lok Sabha Speaker, Cabinet Ministers and members of Parliament pay floral tributes to departed heroes in the Parliament premises. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu honours 8 outstanding parliamentarians, says political parties must evolve code of conduct for members. Sharad Pawar, Murli Manohar Joshi presented Lifetime Achievement Awards. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Nishikant Dubey, Hema Malini, Rama Devi, Kanimuri and Chhaya Verma also felicitated. Even 2 days after the announcement of election results, Congress struggles to name chief ministers of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. TRS Chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao takes oath as Telangana Chief Minister for a second time. And India knocked out of the Hockey World Cup tournament in Bhubaneswar, loses 1-2 to Netherlands in the quarterfinals. In the other quarterfinal match today, Belgium beats Germany 2-1. As the nation marked 17 years of the 2001 Parliament attack on Thursday, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu adjourned the upper house as disruptions continued despite his repeated appeals. He expressed concern over the members causing disruptions on a day that marks the 17th anniversary of the dastardly terror attack in which 9 people, including security personnel and Parliament staff, were killed. He said members should cooperate in running the House smoothly as a mark of respect for the martyrs and not create uproar.
Today only, just now, we all have paid tributes to the 9 people who have given their life to protect us, to protect the Parliament. And we don't allow the Parliament to function. This is not fair. I appeal to all of you. I have allowed 2 o'clock call attention. If you don't want, I will adjourn the House for the day. I don't want these scenes to be seen on this day at least. On this day, I don't want these scenes to be good. I would like to urge upon the members, at least please allow the House today. Wrong message will go. 9 people have given their life to protect us. I am going to adjourn the House. The House is adjourned to meet at the 14th, tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
The Rajya Sabha was adjourned for the day without transacting business due to protests over Kaveri River issue. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu urged the protesting members to allow the House to function as 9 persons had laid down their lives to protect the temple of democracy on 13th of December. As the protest continued unabated, the chair adjourned the House till Friday.
Soon after the House paid homage to the martyrs of the attack on Parliament on December 13th, members of the AIADMK and the DMK rushed into the well of the House, demanding protection for Kaveri Delta farmers. Meanwhile, members of the YSRCP raised the issue of special status for Andhra Pradesh.
Please, bear with me. Please, let the country get justice. Please.
Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made fervent appeals to the members to allow the House to function as a mark of respect to those who laid down their lives to save the symbol of Indian democracy during the attack on Parliament on December 13, 2001.
This is not fair. I appeal to all of you. If you,
As the members refused to relent, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu voiced grave concern that repeated disruptions on the anniversary of the 2001 terrorist attack on Parliament would send a wrong message.
I would like to urge upon the members, at least please allow the House today. Wrong message will go.
As the protests continued with no visible respite in sight, the chair adjourned the House till Friday.
The House is adjourned to meet at the 14th, tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And Lok Sabha was adjourned for the day after repeated disruptions on Thursday following protests by members from various political parties on multiple issues. As soon as the question hour began after the lower house observed 2 minutes of silence on the anniversary of the terror attack on the parliament in 2001. It was adjourned briefly following protests by members of various parties demanding JPC on the Rafale deal, Ram Temple in Ayodhya and Kaveri issue. Members belonging to the Congress, Shiv Sena and AIA-DMK trooped into the well shouting slogans. As the din continued, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan adjourned the House first for 11:20 a.m. After the House assembled with the protest continuing, the Speaker adjourned the House till noon. Later, Lok Sabha was adjourned for the day following the din that ensued. Despite repeated requests from the Speaker to curb the noise, opposition MPs continued sloganeering. And for more on this, we'll go across to our correspondent Akhilesh Suman, who is joining us live. Akhilesh, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu adjourned the House for the entire day, not too long after the House had assembled for the business in the morning. What was the reason?
Yeah, we were also surprised sitting in the press gallery and a bit shocked also because, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu always takes time. He persuades the member and he adjourns the House for small times like half an hour or sometimes 1 hour. But today, after 10 minutes of the functioning of the House, he abruptly almost adjourned the House for the day. And we tried to understand and we tried to know that what was the reason behind that. We talked to some members. And after that, I could find out that in the morning also before, House sits, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu consults the members. And in the morning also, he has told that let's run the House smoothly today. But when he saw that it was not happening and, AIA-DMK and DMK were competing with each other on the question of Kaveri issue, and they were not ready to relent. And when I tried to also understand that why other parties were not so vigorous about, protesting and coming into the well, I found that, most of the opposition members wanted that the House should run smoothly so that they could raise the question in Rajya Sabha at least. And AIA-DMK and DMK were not relenting. And then Chairman adjourned the House. And after he adjourned the House for the day, he called leaders of the political parties in chamber, and he told that I wanted and I felt that on this fateful day at least you people will give a strong message to the country that on the issue of terrorism we are one, and you should have showed to the country that the House has given a strong message to those people who are anti-nationals, and a strong message to the terrorists that on this day the whole House is one and talking in one way. Because in the morning, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, leaders of all political parties had gone and paid tribute to the martyrs who were martyred on this day in 2001. So he had thought that on this day there will be no disruption that we were seeing yesterday and day before. So that
Akhilesh? Akhilesh,
Yeah.
this is not the first time that chairman has conveyed his displeasure over the disruptions. What is the way out?
This is really something, very interesting, that way out is always between the government and the leaders of opposition parties, I mean to say, because, the AIADMK and DMK is competing with each other. And opposition members also don't want the house to be disrupted in upper house, because in upper house, opposition is stronger than those in the lower house. So I think the government has to talk to the AIADMK and DMK, and opposition has to talk to the DMK, because the DMK is opposition, and government has some sort of understanding with AIADMK as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. So both have to persuade the AIADMK and the DMK, and if they can persuade, opposition may have a better say in the house. And when chairman is also supportive that you should raise the issue, I think a way out can be found if both of them talk to AIADMK and DMK.
And Akhilesh, Lok Sabha was also adjourned for the entire day after Speaker Sumitra Mahajan tried to take the house in order. What is the opposition's demand?
Lok Sabha, Sumitra Mahajan explicitly said that I know that it is 2019 election, that before 2019 election, all of you want to, raise your issues of the state or issues of the constituency, so that you can give a message to your electorate that yes, we are raising the issue, you are raising the issue in the house. So if you have this intent in mind, I will give that Sumitra Mahajan said that I will give you time to raise your issues in respective rules, so that you can get answer from the government, or you can corner the government on your issues. So she was very cooperative to the members' demands that you let the house run smoothly, and then I will allow you to raise the question. And that is why that the Tamil Nadu natural calamity issues was also allowed to raise during short duration discussion in both the houses. But Congress, that Congress also tries to settle their score on the issue of Rafale deal. Congress is demanding that there should be JPC probe on the Rafale deal, and that Shiv Sena, who is competing with BJP, the ally, on the issue of Ram Temple, that you should either come with the ordinance or law, whatever way, but Ram Temple should be made. So this is the issue, and CBI, question of misuse on CBI is being raised by the RJD members. As you know that Lalu Prasad Yadav is in jail. So Telugu Desam is raising the question of special package to Andhra Pradesh. So these are the issues that is coming up by members, and I think that members are competing on their issues.
Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for joining us and giving us all those details. And moving on to some more developments, 17 years after Parliament came under attack, the nation paid tribute to the martyrs who made the supreme sacrifice while protecting the highest symbol of Indian democracy. Members of Parliament paid floral tributes to the martyrs while remembering their valor. Both houses also observed silence.
The nation remembering the brave hearts who'd laid down their lives in the 2011 terrorist attack on the Temple of Democracy, the Indian Parliament. Saluting their courage, the Rajya Sabha paid glowing tributes to those who'd lost their lives protecting the Parliament. The members of the upper house also observed silence for a while as a mark of respect to the martyrs.
13th December 2018 marks the 17th anniversary of the dastardly terror attack on the Parliament House. I am sure the whole House will join me in condemning the incident in unequivocal terms and reiterate our firm resolve to fight terrorism in all its forms and rededicate ourselves to protect the sovereignty and integrity of our nation. 2 parliamentary security staff, 5 Delhi police personnel, a woman constable of the Central Reserve Police Force, 1 gardener of the CPWD, and a camera person of the ANI were all matriarched. By their selfless act, these matriarchs set an example of indomitable courage and outstanding devotion to duty. On this fateful day, let us remember the supreme sacrifice of our brave hearts who were steadfast in their resolve to protect the temple of democracy.
Remembering their sacrifice, Lok Sabha also paid homage to them. Speaker Sumitra Mahajan urged all members to renew their resolve to fight corruption and protect the sovereignty and integrity of the country.
दिल्ली पुलिस के 5 सुरक्षाकर्मी सर्वश्री नानक चंद, रामपाल, ओम प्रकाश, विजेंद्र सिंह और घनश्याम, केंद्रीय रिजर्व पुलिस बल की एक महिला कांस्टेबल श्रीमती कमलेश कुमारी और संसद सुरक्षा सेवा के 2 सुरक्षा सहायक श्री जगदीश प्रसाद यादव और श्री मातब्बर सिंह नेगी इस हमले का बहादुरी से सामना करते हुए शहीद हो गए थे। इस आतंकवादी हमले में एक कार्मिक श्री देशराज भी शहीद हो गए थे। यह सभा उन शहीदों को श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करती है जिन्होंने 13 दिसंबर 2001 को आतंकवादी हमले के दौरान संसद की रक्षा करते हुए अपने प्राणों की आहुति दे दी तथा उनके परिवारों के प्रति अपनी शोक संवेदना व्यक्त करती है। इस अवसर पर आइए हम आतंकवाद के इस अभिशाप से निपटने के लिए नए सिरे से प्रयास करने के अपने संकल्प को दोहराएं और अपनी मातृभूमि के एकता, अखंडता और संप्रभुता की रक्षा करने के लिए अपनी वचनबद्धता को पुनः दृढ़ता से व्यक्त करें।
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, Union Ministers Arun Jaitley, Sushma Swaraj, Rajnath Singh, BJP President Amit Shah also paid floral tributes in the Parliament complex. Former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, UPA Chairperson Sonia Gandhi and Congress President Rahul Gandhi also paid their respects. MPs cutting across party lines attended the event organized in Parliament House. President Ramnath Kovind, who is in Myanmar, tweeted saying India gratefully remembers those martyred while defending the parliament from terrorists. In a Twitter message, Prime Minister Narendra Modi saluted the valor of those who were martyred during the dastardly attack on parliament on this day in 2001. He said their courage and heroism inspires every Indian. It was 17 years ago on December 13, 2001, when 5 heavily armed gunmen stormed the parliament and opened indiscriminate fire, killing 9 people. More than 100 people, including MPs, were inside the parliament complex at the time. All 5 terrorists were gunned down after a long gun battle. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And the staff and the officials of the parliament paid tributes to the martyrs of the December 13, 2001 attack. Rajya Sabha Secretary General Desh Deepak Verma also paid homage to the martyrs. He saluted the valor of those who were martyred during the dastardly attack on parliament on this day in 2001.
ये विशेष रूप से जो लोग जो हमारे राज्यसभा के कर्मचारी, दिल्ली पुलिस के कर्मचारी और CPWD के जो कर्मचारी जो आज की तारीख में उस दिन संसद की रक्षा के लिए और एक तरीके से प्रजातंत्र की रक्षा के लिए शहीद हुए, उनके स्मृति में ये आयोजन किया गया है। पहले सुबह हमने एक कार्यक्रम किया था जिसमें माननीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी और जो हमारे अध्यक्ष भी हैं और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी और सारे डिग्निटरीज आए, उन्होंने सम्मान व्यक्त किया। और आज ये शाम का जो कार्यक्रम है विशेष रूप से जो हमारे कर्मचारी और अधिकारी हैं उनकी संवेदना को व्यक्त करने के लिए ये कार्यक्रम किया गया है और इनके माध्यम से हम उन जो लोग शहीद हुए उनको और उनके परिवार के प्रति हम अपनी संवेदना व्यक्त कर रहे हैं और उनको ये महसूस कराना चाहते हैं कि हम आज भी उनको भूले नहीं हैं और हम उनके साथ हैं।
And Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu on Thursday presented the Lokmat Parliamentary Awards to distinguished members of the Parliament. Senior BJP leader and former Union Minister Murli Manohar Joshi and NCP chief and former Union Minister Sharad Pawar were awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award. Leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad, and BJP MP in the Lok Sabha, Nishikant Dubey, were given Best Parliamentarian Award. Kanimore, Hema Malini, Chaya Verma and Rama Devi were also felicitated. Praising the parliamentarians, Vice President Naidu said that they have ushered in a refreshing new work culture through their commitment and dedication and have been an inspiration to their counterparts.
13th December, 9 security personnel, including one media person, have laid down their life to protect the temple of democracy in Parliament. And we could not even run the House today after paying tributes. So this is a time for every one of us. I am not criticizing this party or that party or opposition or ruling party and all. We have seen roles have changed, but people in different times have behaved in a different manner. And then now when I talk to the people directly, informally they tell, sir, उन लोगों ने किया सर, जो भी सत्ता में है, उन लोग जब विपक्ष में थे उन्होंने किया. जब मैं उनसे पूछता वो कहते हैं सर जब ये लोग सत्ता में था उन्होंने भी ऐसा किया. और एक दूसरे के ऊपर आरोप करते करते कितना साल हम ऐसे बताएंगे. It is time now. We are a mature democracy. As I told you, the entire world is looking towards India. And India has become now aspirational with younger generation. So I appeal to all political parties, please see to it that the parliament functions effectively.
कि सारी दुनिया में भारत एकमात्र ऐसा जनतंत्र है जो कायम रहेगा, क्योंकि ये एकमात्र ऐसा देश है जहां संसदीय जनतंत्र है, जहां खुली प्रेस है, जहां स्पष्ट और निर्भीक न्यायपालिका है और इस देश में पंथ निरपेक्षता है, सेकुलरिज्म है. ये चारों तत्व दुनिया के किसी देश में नहीं मिलेंगे. ये इस देश की ही विशेषता है और इसके कारण हमारा जनतंत्र और लोकतंत्र ये चिरंजीवी रहेगा. और लोकमत और जनतंत्र ये दोनों बराबर एक दो पहिया की तरह से हैं. एक तरफ लोकमत चलता रहे, दूसरी तरफ से जनतंत्र चलता रहे और देश में विकास की गाड़ी सबको साथ लेकर आगे चलती रहे.
पॉलिटिशियन का काम है, जोर से बोलेगा तो उतने वापस गालियां खाएगा, मध्यम तरीके से बोलेगा तो अपनी बात नहीं कम पाएगा. वो बेस्ट ऑरेटर हो नहीं सकता, फिर दूसरा निकाल देगा उसको. तो नेविगेशन उसको करना इतना मुश्किल है, पार्टी के अंदर, पार्टी के बाहर, सदन के अंदर, और अपना पॉइंट रखना और उसको सरकार से मनवाना या सरकार में होकर विपक्ष से मनवाना बहुत मुश्किल काम है. इसलिए ये कोई आसान काम नहीं है.
ये विधानमंडल में जाएंगे, उनका एक फर्ज है कि लोगों की समस्या पर बातचीत करने का एक बहुत बड़ा मौका आपको मिला है. उसका पूरेपूर फायदा लेने की आवश्यकता है. मगर ये फायदा लेते समय सदन का गरिमा रखना, ये भी जिम्मेदारी कभी नज़रअंदाज नहीं करनी चाहिए. मुझे एक बात की खुशी होती है, मैं 52 साल में विधान सदन में बैठा, मगर एक दिन भी मैं कभी वेल में गया नहीं हूँ या सदन का काम रोकने का काम या इसमें हिस्सा मैंने कभी लिया नहीं.
And some more developments. New RBI Governor Shaktikant Das on Thursday met representatives of 7 public sector banks. According to the media reports, most of the bankers wanted the prompt corrective action or PCA norms to be relaxed. They also sought the easing of the RBI circular on a one-day default. The 90-minute-long meeting was reportedly focused on understanding the problems faced by the state-owned banks. These issues are also expected to be taken up when RBI's Central Board meets on Friday. PCA norms were first introduced in 2001. They were reviewed in 2017. Under these rules, banks were mandated to cut lending to corporates and focus on reducing the concentration of loans to some sectors. banks were further restricted from opening new branches and paying dividends. BJP President Amit Shah chaired a office bearers meet on Thursday in Delhi. It was decided that the party will have meetings of its various wings across the country, including a two-day National Council meeting on January 11th to 12th in New Delhi. A two-day scheduled caste morcha will be attended by Amit Shah on January 19th to 20th in Nagpur. A scheduled tribes morcha meeting will be held on on February 2nd and 3rd in Bhubaneswar, and other backward classes morcha on February 15th to 16th in Patna.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय पदाधिकारी और पार्टी के प्रदेश अध्यक्ष महामंत्री संगठन की पूर्व निर्धारित बैठक आज दिल्ली में आयोजित की गई। ये बैठक आने वाले समय में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 2019 के चुनाव की तैयारी के लिए, राष्ट्रीय परिषद के जो राष्ट्रीय अधिवेशन है उसकी तिथियों और तैयारियों के लिए भी हुई थी। आने वाली 11-12 जनवरी को दिल्ली में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय परिषद का अधिवेशन होगा, जिसमें पार्टी के पदाधिकारीगण और सभी जनप्रतिनिधि सम्मिलित होंगे।
The BJP Parliamentary Party also paid tributes to former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. The meeting, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, also paid obituaries to former Parliamentary Affairs Minister Anand Kumar and former BJP MP Bhola Singh. Many leaders, including BJP's senior leader L.K. Advani, several union ministers, including BJP President Amit Shah, participated in the meeting. And after winning the state elections for Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, the Congress is facing an uphill battle in deciding chief ministers of these states. Deliberations are still going on among Congress leaders to finalize the chief ministers for these states. Rahul Gandhi met with frontrunners for the post in Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot. UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also participated in the deliberations. Kamal Nath and Jyotiraditya Scindia also met Rahul Gandhi to stake their claim for Madhya Pradesh. Rahul Gandhi also met K.C. Venugopal for Rajasthan and A.K. Antony for Madhya Pradesh, along with the state unit in charges. In Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel and T.S. Singh Deo are considered top contenders for the position. On Wednesday, the state legislative parties in all the three states passed one-line resolutions authorizing the party president Rahul Gandhi to take the final decision on chief ministers. The BJP has targeted the Congress party for the tussle among the party leaders for the post of chief minister.
We're taking input from MLAs, we're taking input from workers. We're getting a comprehensive answer to what the Congress party and others feel. Yeah, of course, you have to see a chief minister soon.
कांग्रेस ने दुर्घटनावश चुनाव तो जीत लिया है, लेकिन उस चुनाव की जीत को संभाल कर राज्य में प्रशासन देने की क्षमता उनमें स्थिर नहीं है। चुनाव के परिणाम आने के बाद भी यदि वे मुख्यमंत्री का निर्णय नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, ये पार्टी की अक्षमता, अयोग्यता और उन राज्यों के लिए एक ऐसा समय दिखा रहा है जो कि उनके लिए शुभ नहीं है।
After steering his party to victory in Telangana, TRS chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao took oath as chief minister of the state. He was administered the oath of office and secrecy by Governor E.S.L. Narasimhan at the ceremony on the Raj Bhavan lawns in Hyderabad. TRS MLC Muhammad Mahmood Ali, who also served as deputy chief minister in the previous government, also took oath as the minister. KCR has said that he would name his new cabinet in the next 5 to 6 days. And sports news now. India got knocked out of the 2018 Hockey World Cup after suffering a 1-2 defeat against world number 4 Netherlands in the quarterfinals on Thursday. In the match that was played at Bhubaneswar's Kalinga Stadium, Both teams played brilliant hockey, but Mink van der Weerden's goal in the final quarter proved to be the decisive difference between the two teams. And that's all we have for you in this edition of News Tonight. Thank you for watching.